Well, I'm sure you heard Donald Trump was indicted yesterday again, and ordinarily this would be earth-shattering news, but it felt like an ordinary Thursday because the Democrats have been trying to trump up charges, no pun intended, against him for the last 7 years. Right, Chuck Schumer?
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
Dumb to do this, meaning it's dumb to try to clean up the corruption in Washington, D.C., because it's so corrupt that they'll end up destroying you. This time for bringing documents to Mar-a-Lago on his way out of the Oval Office, because any president can do anything they want with classified material and retain their security clearance for the rest of their life, even when they're not president. The Secretary of State, however, cannot do whatever they want with classified material. Well, that is unless you're Hillary Clinton. Right, James Comey?
Although there is evidence of potential violations of the statutes regarding the handling of classified information, our judgment is that no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. Prosecutors necessarily weigh a number of factors before deciding whether to bring charges. There are obvious considerations like the strength of the evidence, especially regarding intent. Responsible decisions also consider the context of a person's actions and how similar situations have been handled in the past.
Oh, similar instances of people mishandling classified material. You mean like this?
The breaking news that we're following: classified government documents found inside one of President Biden's private offices. The records dating from Biden's time as vice president during the Obama administration.
In other words, when he did not have authority to remove such documents, which he kept in his garage. Ron DeSantis issued this statement saying the weaponization of federal law enforcement represents a mortal threat to a free society. We have for years witnessed an uneven application of the law depending on political affiliation. Why so zealous in pursuing Trump, yet so passive about Hillary or Hunter? The DeSantis administration will bring accountability to the Department of Justice, excise political bias, and end weaponization once and for all. With all due respect to Ron DeSantis, him running against President Trump instead of backing him despite his flaws, and circling the wagons to try to get him back into the Oval Office, instead of challenging him and fracturing the Republican Party when he has little chance of actually winning the nomination, may end up only making the deep state even more corrupt. Mike Pence, who apparently announced that he's running for president, but nobody noticed because it doesn't matter and it's just a joke. He has no chance whatsoever. But he sat down with his favorite news network, CNN, on Wednesday to talk about his delusions of becoming president. And he was asked about the pending indictments, and he, to his credit, is defending Donald Trump.
With regard to the unique circumstances here, look, those classified, I had no business having classified documents in my residence, and I took full responsibility for it. President Biden had no business having them in his residence from when he was vice president as well. And the same with former President Trump. But I would just hope that there would be a way for them to move forward without the dramatic and drastic and divisive step of indicting a former president of the United States. We've got to find a way to move our country forward and restore confidence in equal treatment under the law in this country. We really do.
Sir. Well, that's a nice thought, sir, but there probably isn't a way at this point because we're a collapsing empire. Donald Trump released a video statement on Truth Social responding to the latest low that the Department of Justice has sunk to, saying this in part:
our country is going to hell, and they come after Donald Trump, weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds. We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. But it's called election interference. They're trying to destroy a reputation so they can win an election. Again, our country is in decline. We're a failing nation, and this is what they do.
Yes, this is election interference, and none of this would have happened if, when he left the Oval Office in January 2021, if he would have said he's retiring and he's not going to run for re-election, but he started signaling that he was going to run for re-election in 2024, and so then the gears started moving in order to do everything that they can to stop him. In fact, Richard Maddow over at MSNBC admits that. Here's the they-them last night on MSHIV.
You have to wonder if the Justice Department is considering whether there is some political solution to this criminal problem, whether part of the issue here is not just that Trump has committed crimes, but that Trump has committed crimes and plans on being back in the White House. Do they consider, as part of a potential plea offer, something that would proscribe him from running for office again? I don't know.
Oh, you know, because that's exactly what they're thinking. There's no way to describe this level of corruption, but buckle up because it's only going to get worse. Here's former FBI lawyer Andrew Weissman forecasting the near future.
We've all been anticipating this. So, yes, this is an historic moment. This is the second time, as you said, in less than 3 months. But we also have Fani Willis on record saying that she's going to make a decision by August. So that would be the third time. And then the idea that Jack Smith is not going to bring a January 6th case seems far-fetched to me. So we could very much find ourselves with the front runner for the Republican nomination for the presidency of the United States is under indictment for 4 times.
So it looks like they're going for an indictment three-peat or maybe even a quadruple. And at this point, the Republican Party, like I said, should start circling the wagons and throw their support behind President Trump and do everything that they can to get him back into the Oval Office, make him the most powerful man in the world once again so that he can get revenge. And if you agree, order your Dare to Re-elect Trump shirt from my online store at markdice.com or the Wanted for President shirt. And this weekend, get 25% off of any of my designs by using the promo code MAGA25 at the checkout. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Enter the promo code MAGA25 at the checkout to save 25% off this weekend. And check them out.